I'm Harper Grace. I am 28 years old, and 1 year ago at 27, I was diagnosed with stage 3, grade 3 breast cancer. The estrogen, progesterone positive, Her2 negative. So my doctor told me that I have the cancer of a 60-year-old. We did the full genetic panel. It came back completely normal, so they told me there was no reason I should have cancer. I immediately went through an egg retrieval process, and we got 22 eggs and froze half as eggs and froze half as embryos. So I have 5 little embryos at UAB. I then started what turned out to be 7 months, which was planned to be 6 months of chemotherapy. I did 12 rounds of weekly Taxol and Carboplatin and 4 every other week of Adriamycin and Cytoxin. And then we waited about 2 months after that to do a bilateral mastectomy. I decided that that was the best option for me at my age. It was a very tough decision, especially since my doctors told me, let's wait at least a year for reconstruction. It was really hard to hear at 27. Luckily, I did decide to not do any reconstruction. I took their advice because 12 hours after my mastectomy, I developed a huge hematoma, and they had to rush me into emergency surgery, and I had to have a blood transfusion. I had lost so much blood, and they would not have caught that if they had put in expanders. I ended up deciding against radiation. They did not know if it had actually been in my lymph nodes or not. Come to find out, we found out that the chemotherapy actually was not effective at all in treating my tumor, and they didn't find any necrosis in the lymph nodes. So they decided 6 of one, half a dozen of the other with the radiation. So I decided against it, and now I'm just on the other side and taking my estrogen blockers and, So I started taking the Lupron shot during chemotherapy to try and save my ovaries. And so I continued on that, and they put me on an aromatase inhibitor. So I'm on letrozole. I actually feel fine. I was really concerned about the side effects. I got so afraid that anything that I put in my body was then gonna affect my medications. Yes. And there's so many things that you didn't think about prior to being diagnosed that now you have to think about, or you're kind of forced to think about, and it kind of drives you crazy sometimes.
Even the cosmetic aspect.
Yes, the chemicals that are in them that may or may not affect what's going on with your hormone system.
Yeah, cleaning fluids at your home.
Oh,
everything makes you crazy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You're like, is this safe? Can I use this? Do I not use this? I don't know what to do.
Yes. I do think that my diet and the lifestyle that I lead has helped a lot. I feed my body the most nutritious food possible. I exercise.
Are you planning to have reconstruction?
I don't know. All along I thought, yes, I really wanted to, but I've kind of come to this new normal of it not being an issue. For me, right now, I would say I'm leaning towards not. But then there's the issue of all women's clothes are tailored to people who have breasts. So that's the problem we're running into, is it's very limiting in what you can wear. My mom's like, well, why don't you get prosthetic breasts right now? And I'm like, because it doesn't bother me.
Right. You're part of this new generation. It's like, look, we have to deal with this, and if we have to, let's do something. Come on now.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Cancer going through losing my hair and all that kind of made me think about what true beauty actually is. Mm-hmm. And it's not about what's on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need to wear makeup every day or do whatever just to make other people feel better.
It's about what
it.
makes
Yeah.
you feel better. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Like if I feel beautiful and I feel happy, like why does it matter? I had a really, really fantastic time. I have not gotten dressed up or even felt that I looked this beautiful until today. And it's really nice to just feel encouraged by other women who have been through the same thing. And I feel very proud of myself right now.
The C word, or cancer, I mean, where does that fit into today's woman?
I feel like I didn't think about it. I mean, I thought about it, but it wasn't like the big factor. It wasn't the big deal going on. And it's nice to not have to think about it for a while. I see someone who is strong. Being 27 when I was diagnosed, I felt like I wasn't a woman. I felt like I was kind of not beautiful anymore. I was kind of like an it, you know? But in those pictures I saw kind of like the old me, like somebody who could still be that classic beautiful woman even without breasts. I just hadn't been able to see it before. And to be reaffirmed by other women who understand kind of where I'm at and they've been there themselves, it makes it even more special.